circles in my mind right now, and it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be.
Hey everyone, I've recently been reading this book called Plan a Happy Life, and in chapter 10, Stephanie Fleming talks about balance and boundaries. So I thought that would be a good topic for today's video because it's extremely important to take into consideration when you are planning, but planning can also help you to establish that balance and those boundaries. Stephanie defines balance as managing our time and space so there is room for the things we want to do in the midst of all we have to do. Boundaries then are the tools we use to create and protect that time and space. And in the book, she gives a few quick tips for boundaries and balance. So her first tip is to identify what your non-negotiables are. She has you ask yourself, what is it that you must have in your life in order to feel happy and fulfilled? So maybe this is spending time with your kids, going on a date night with your spouse, being out in nature. What are those essentials that you need in your life? And then the second tip is to prioritize. She says that we need to choose where our energy goes. Never doubt that if we don't choose, it will be chosen for us. If we don't plan in when we are going to be spending time on these non-negotiables, then things in our life can easily creep in that are less of a priority and take over that time. That's why it's so important to plan things out. Let's say that this water represents your time and energy each week, and these cups represent how you spend your time. For the most part, the amount of time and energy that you start your week off with are fixed, but you get to decide how you spend it. Will you put that time towards the non-negotiables and life priorities, or will it be spent on quadrant 3 and quadrant 4 activities, meaning those urgent and not important tasks and the not urgent and not important tasks? One of my goals for this year is to spend more time with family and friends and spend more time on my priorities in general. And I explained in my home planner flip through video the changes I'm making to how I plan this year to make sure that happens. But another idea is to create a routine of spending time on your non-negotiables. My husband has a goal this year to go mountain biking every other week. Before, he felt like he didn't have enough time, so it never really happened. But now he has an appointment with himself to go on the same day, at the same time, every other week. And because of that, he's actually been following through and going on those bike rides. There's a good book about setting boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend that I'll link in the description down below. I think it's a really good reminder of when it is appropriate to draw the line for the sake of your own health and well-being. So when you plan your week or your month out, you are laying down those boundaries. You are making an appointment with yourself for when you will be spending time on those activities. And then as requests come in or as people ask you to do things for them, you can more easily say, I am going to be busy at this time, I'm sorry. She says that we don't have unlimited time. Saying yes to one thing often means saying no to something else. Planning is all about making sure we're saying yes to what matters most to us. Boundaries are not about saying no necessarily. It's about saying yes to the things that are the top priority in your life. And then not allowing those like time wasters or social media to kind of creep in and take over that space. If you want to learn more about planning in those priorities, watch this video next, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!